What's up, guys? Welcome to IGN Live. Here today we've got SSX. We're going to give you a real in-depth demo. This is a game that I'm super excited about. Joining me is the producer, Connor Dugan from EA.
What's up, guys?
And Jack DeVries, our own SSX expert.
Hey, dudes.
On the phone, we also have the creative director, Todd Batties. Hey, Todd, you there?
Hey, man, what's up, everybody?
So, Connor, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so, I mean, SSX, it's coming out in a month, Feb 28th. Pretty excited about it. It's been, what, 5, 6 years?
Wow.
Since the last SSX.
Way too long.
Yeah, and so, you know, when you think about the franchise and the core of it and the essence of it, it's really about, you know, over-the-top, fun gameplay. And, you know, we really tried to deliver it on it with this SSX, but, you know, because it's finally, we're out on this generation of consoles, you know, we wanted to deliver 3 things. First of all, we wanted to build you a massive world for players to play in. You know, secondly, we want to redefine our social competition with our online feature set. You know, it's very inspired by Need for Speed Autolog, and your friends are at the heart of the experience. And, you know, lastly, we still want to deliver on that great over-the-top gameplay with our race events, you know, trick events, which is, to me, still the core.
Definitely. And
then survival events. So I'm going to jump on in right now to show you guys a trick event, you know, because, you know, tricks are what SSX is all about. So I'm going to go to Siberia and jump into the big show at night.
Now, guys watching at home, be sure to tweet your questions at IGN with the hashtag SSX. If your question is chosen and we read it on air, you win a prize. We're giving away 10 copies of SSX during this hour. 9 copies come with a shirt, and the last copy, the last prize that we're going to give away towards the end of the show, actually comes with a custom PS3. So get those questions in the Twitter, the hashtag SSX.
Okay, so here we are in the chopper in...
Devil's Funky Homo Sapien.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we are in the chopper in Siberia. This is one of my favorite tracks. It's nice and wide open. It's cool stuff to do. Siberia is one of our 9 different ranges that we have. Switch the camera up here. All themed differently. This one actually has a cool nuclear power plant that you're going to see. But take a look at the bottom of the screen. You'll notice that we have a boost meter. Tricks equals boost in SSX, as it always has and likely always will. You know, if I fill up my boost meter, I go into tricky. If I fill it up again, I'm now in super tricky. Like you can see right here, I can do crazy over-the-top tricks. You know, just in the old adage of SSX.
I hear a little bit of Run DMC there in the background.
Yeah, we actually remixed. Cool thing is we actually remixed, got Pretty Lights to remix the track for us, and it worked out really well. I'm pretty excited about it. Another thing I want to talk about with tricking is we build a really incredible 3D physics engine with the whole goal for you be able to actually, you know, go up a wall and ride any part of the mountain. So in old SSX, you were only confined to sort of the middle of the path.
Which is good, because I was like, fly out towards the edge and hit canyon walls.
Yeah, then you'd get reset in the old SSX, whereas in this SSX, you can literally ride every part of the mountain, which is, you know, not only, you know, cool and fun to do, but, you know, as you become a more expert player, you know, generally new players are going to follow the lit kickers and, you know, do their tricks when they go off a kicker. But as you become more expert, you can use those for different trick opportunities, which, you know, ends up being a lot of fun. And so here we're going down into the power plant area in Siberia. As I mentioned, each region has its own unique theme. If you take a look at the bottom left-hand side of the screen, you'll see that I have it's my combo stack. So in SSX, you can actually build up combos. My combo expired right there, so now I have a 2-trick combo going. If I don't do another trick, my combo cashes in. I can chain together my combos by actually, you know, using nose press, tail press to do butters to, you know, keep it going.
Like the manual mechanic,
Yeah. Oh, and I just wiped up. So now a great time to actually talk about the rewind feature. So I can just, so you can hold the LB button, rewind, and try again. There's a built-in penalty, so don't worry about you know, exploits. In trick events, you get a trick score reduction. In race events, the other racers just keep going. And then in survive events, you only get a limit of 3 different reruns.
So it's sort of a better way to get back on your line.
Yeah, yeah. And then you don't have to restart, and you don't have to worry about checkpoints or anything. It keeps the flow, keeps it nice and organized.
So, I love the people who've been following this game for a while. They're going to notice that as you kind of, while you're doing your tricky thing and you're coming off these big tricks, you're deforming the whole terrain and everything's kind of moving through.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a cool new feature of the game, that like your whole, see, there he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice timing.
Yeah.
Actually. So we have, obviously my hands have these cool little the flames, music changes. You start deforming the terrain because, that's what SSX is about. It's over-the-top arcade fun, and doing things like that. I did such an amazing trick that I actually deformed the terrain. So these are snowboarding superheroes. This is not a sim game by any means. Just got kicked off Xbox Live. I'm just going to sign in.
Yeah, it's been happening. I think that's probably our office's fault.
Oh, really?
Wouldn't blame it on your game.
We game too hard here at IGN.
So, I'm going to jump out back to the globe and talk a little bit about, the 3 pillars. But before I get into that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the 3 modes. World Tour, we're not going to get too much into today, but quickly, World Tours, I look at it as more of an extended tutorial mode. So basically, you go through, you play some race events and some trick events in different regions. Once you once you beat the trick and race events, you actually play against one of the deadly descents, and then once you conquer the deadly descents, you go play another region. Right. So it's a great tool for players to learn how to play the game. They find out what race events are all about, trick events and survival events are all about.
For those that don't know, the deadly descents are these separate kind of standalone races where you're just trying to not die.
Yes, you try to get down the mountain alive.
Okay.
Yes.
And each one has a very specific type of way that kills you.
Yeah, we'll get into all of that. But that's basically World Tour is a nice extended tutorial run where you can learn a lot about the game, earn some credits, and that sets us up nicely for Explore mode, which is the main meat of the game. So when I talked about a massive world, I just wanted to show, this is our Google Earth inspired interface, and what better interface to navigate the planet than Google Earth, right? So we actually took inspiration from them. I can scroll to any of our 9 different mountain ranges in the game.
So these are all real mountains.
This officially makes your game educational.
Yes, it does. It's good for the kids.
It's edutainment.
Yeah.
I'm sure the courses look exactly like they do in the real mountains too, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, that brings up an interesting point. I don't know if you guys know this, but we actually sourced NASA satellite topography data of the entire planet Earth back in early days. And we got to a point where we could take that data and import it into our software that we use to build our tracks. And we could create any major mountain range, a 3D model of that mountain range in less than 30 seconds, which is really cool and enables us to create so much content. So we're looking at, as I zoom down into one of our regions, there's 4 mountains in this particular region. If I zoom in even further, there are multiple event drops on this region, and really we're looking at over about 153 event drops. Last SSX I believe had 6 or 8. So this is a ton of content. There's lots of longevity here for you to play. But now I want to talk a little bit about online. So I'm gonna get through this.
Yeah.
And hold on. Let's see.
Is Todd gonna be playing with us as well?
Hold on. My online connection is not working. Oh wait.
There we go. Yeah, there they
Yeah.
There we go.
Actually, Todd just. I should talk about the RiderNet app. Todd just sent me a message from our SSX RiderNet app. RiderNet's all about, telling you where your friends are, what's going on in your online world. Todd just messaged me something. He's putting up some big scores right now.
A little bit of smack talk.
Yes, and here's my activity feed right now. I believe the feed just got reset, so Todd just sent
Everyone say hi to Todd.
Yeah. Basically, he just set this activity feed is a list of what all your friends are doing all the time when you're online. So I can browse the globe if I want to and go to specific drop points, or I can have a friend action on one of these notifications. So for example, if Todd had beat my score, we would see, Todd took down my time. I can also action on that, jump straight to that drop, and it's a lot of fun. Or I can go to the SSX rival panel, which is also another cool way to see what's going on with all your friends. So these are all the friends that I have online. Now, I'm gonna go to Todd, and I'm gonna look at a list of all of his challenges. So this is all the stuff that Todd's done that I haven't, or that's something that he's done that's better than me.
So we're about to start taking questions from the audience in a few minutes. Guys, remember, if you want to ask your questions to Connor or Todd or Jack or I, tweet them at IGN with the hashtag SSX. If your question is chosen on air, we will send you a copy of the game console of your choice with a t-shirt, and the last winner will get a custom PS3 as well. Unfortunately, the contest is for US only. Sorry guys, and the rest of the world, we have no control over that.
So as you can see here, Todd actually beat my score on Trickopedia.
By quite a bit.
Yeah, by a little bit. Yeah. And he claims that he's the best in the world, but he's actually not. Whenever he talks
I hear other websites claimed he was the best in the world.
Yeah, we don't pay attention to other websites here. We only talk about IGN, and IGN you bring the best.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go, and I'm gonna take down Todd's record right now. And that's really what Explore Mode's all about. It's about asynchronous competition by your friends. So basically all I have to do is go to any drop, set a fast race time, a high trick score, or a long survival run. So as soon as I do that, we actually post a ghost of your run up into the SSX server for all your friends to see. So what that means is I can compete with my friends even if we're not online at the same time. So we can do this on our own schedule, which becomes really convenient if you have friends with different time zones, different schedules, and it's a great way to compete with your friends. So I'm going to go in, and what we're going to see is Todd's ghost, and we're going to beat Todd's ghost, and then we'll see what happens.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. Ready for some questions?
Yeah. Let's fire away.
Awesome. So we were talking about music a little bit earlier. Twitter user @DavidDole asks, is the soundtrack integrated into the gameplay as it wasn't?
Yeah, it's actually, we do have a really cool piece of software, some cool tech called the Harmony Engine. And basically, as you do different things, based on how you play, the music remixes, drops in, drops out, depending on how you perform. So what's really cool about that is I can spin on a rail, and the soundtrack is going to be remixed, beat synced along those lines, which is pretty dope. And also, you can actually import your own custom tracks as well, and the Harmony Engine will remix those custom tracks as well for you. And you can set up playlists for, trick events, race events, or survival events. As you can see, I just
ride the helicopter,
tricked off the chopper, and that's what you do when you're really good at the game. And I can claim to be one of the best in the world for at least another month, and then I assume that once it gets out into the wild, somebody's going to beat me very quickly. Whoa! Oh no. I got a lot of work to do to get my score up to beat Todd.
So I'm curious about geotags, but I'm going to let one of our intrepid listeners or watchers ask about it before I go and steal your potential chance to win a game.
Yes.
So somebody ask about geotags.
Do you want me to talk about geotags right now, sir?
Let's let a kid win a game about it.
Okay.
Be nice. Throwing you guys bones over here.
Yeah. Yeah, come on. Someone tweet at IGN with the hashtag SSX about geotags, and we'll answer your question and send you a game. We've only given away one copy so far, and that was user @DavidDole.
Nice
so
job.
Congratulations. We still have 9 more copies to give away.
Awesome.
If I ask about it right now, can I just have a copy of the game?
No.
Oh.
So I should also mention we're in the Himalayas. The cool theme for the Himalayas is we actually have, we built the Great Wall. We sliced it up into different pieces, and we use it as, an extended terrain park. So, this is one of our thematic elements over in the Himalayas. and each region will have its own. So we'll go to Alaska later, check out the Alaska pipeline.
We're talking, and we've got all the places. We've got Antarctica, we've got New Zealand.
Yeah.
This is a truly international game. All you Antarctican gamers out there can finally snowboard in your hometown.
So it looks like I just crushed Todd's score by about.
Destroyed it.
So we might have lost Todd on the phone. I'm actually going to see
He
if
probably
we can
quit
get him
because
back
he got
again.
schooled so hard.
Yeah, by about 6 mil, so, or 7 mil. So yeah, one thing I should also mention is, RiderNet is a recommendation engine, and keeps your friends. It tells you exactly where your friends are, what's going on in your online world. I can also hit the Y button, make this drop my favorite, and that's going to help seed other recommendations for me later.
Okay.
You can see I'm now Juicy Critter. That's my handle. I'm at the top of the leaderboard, rightly so. And now, if I scroll down to the RiderNet recommendation tab, what's really cool about this is I can scroll through. These are basically just recommendations of, these are all my friends who have beaten me, who have different records, and I can just scroll through all the different records and keep chasing people's records right from the back end. So why don't we see if there's anything good to chase here?
So did we answer that question about geotags while I was trying to find Todd again?
We didn't.
Well, what do you know? It looks like a user asked a question about it. At Nick R. Johnson on Twitter tweeted at IGN with the hashtag SSX. What are geotags?
So geotags are, actually I'm gonna jump out, before we get into geotags, I'm just gonna jump out, we're gonna go to Alaska, and I'm gonna beat Todd's time on Alaska.
Okay.
And check that out. And we're gonna equip a geotag so I can explain all
right.
about it.
Excellent.
Well, thanks for asking, Nick R. Johnson, and enjoy your copy of the game.
Thanks, Nick. So we're in Alaska, Mount Silverthrone. We're gonna equip a geotag. Oh, looks like I have one already equipped. Now, geotags are user-created collectibles. So basically, as I level up my character, I earn the right to equip a geotag. And once I equip a geotag, I can place it anywhere in the world. As soon as I place it in the world, it starts earning credits for me. If somebody else collects it, so these are there for everybody to see. So the longer it's out there, the more money it earns for me. And if somebody collects it, they also earn credit. So it's user-generated collectibles, really cool. And the goal is to put them into really obscure places so they actually stay there for longer. Yeah, so we're gonna do this race event. Racing, this is not a good start. Hold on here.
That's what Rewind's for.
Yeah, let's see if I can catch up to people. Racing's all about, sense of speed and finding the fastest path down the mountain. Our mountains are so huge, there's a lot of replayability there about finding the quickest path. We also took inspiration from, what Criterion did with Burnout. We wanted to create, we loved what Burnout did, with an arcade racer, and we believe that they had a pretty amazing sense of speed. So, that was our early design goal, was to create something like Burnout on snow. And so if you get into this close camera, and you start boosting, game starts to feel really, really fast, as you can see here.
Yeah, the sense of speed is definitely one of the most noticeable parts right off the gate.
Yeah. So you can see in Alaska, we have the Alaskan pipeline as a theme. Obviously, we've taken a few liberties with how the pipeline's laid out in true SSX fashion, but it's a lot of fun to transfer from one pipeline to another, grind the pipeline, use it as different trick experiences, use it for different trick experiences, and to find different paths. Well, I'm in last place. This is not a strong showing.
But it is letting us see that you guys have these ethereal trails from the other racers that you can kind of.
Yeah, and it not only does it add some cool visuals, but it also tells you where they are as well. And that's another thing about having such a massive world, so having such massive levels and massive worlds, is you need to figure out where people's paths are. When you're competing against other people's ghosts, it becomes really handy as a good teaching tool too. So, if somebody sets a really good time or a fast score, you can follow their ghost and see, what they did, and you can learn how to play the game better, which is also really cool.
I remember in old SSX games, the board you chose also kind of affected your speed and
Oh, yeah.
how you're able to get down the mountain. So we actually have a user who asks, at Snake1x1 Eyes asks, can you go into detail regarding customization of your own board?
Oh, for sure.
Does that still exist? How elaborate is it?
So we actually have a really cool RPG-like user-generated or generated gear system. So we have thousands of different boards in the game. Very much inspired. The design is very much inspired by Borderlands. I don't know if you guys have played that.
Okay.
So
Wow, that's quite a claim.
yeah, I mean, well, we take inspiration from a lot of different games. Burnout, Borderlands, Plants vs Zombies, even. How you like earn different gear slots as you level up your character. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna just jump out to the inventory screen and just go out into a little bit in depth on how the inventory screen system works. So as you can see, I can equip different suits. There's thousands of different suits. Every time I come into the store, there's a different set of suits. Suits are not just cool, different visual skins. Some of them have perks and bonuses. You can get legendary glowing suits. As you can see, Todd just reminded me that I did not beat his score, but I can go do that.
See, we lose him on the phone, but he still can jump in and harass us this way.
Exactly, and that's what's cool about the iPhone app is you're always connected. You can never escape SSX anymore. So you're always connected. So if somebody beats you on the bus, you can send a message to somebody's game, and they're going to pick it up. Anyway, back to the suits. So you can get different suits that have different gameplay perks. You can get a boost, a suit that makes you go faster. You can get a big head suit. You can get a glowing suit. Then you have boards. I'm a level 7 character right now, and so, look at that. I have a limited time on for 24 minutes remaining to buy the legendary speeds level 7 speed board, because I'm a level 7 character. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that. I have 10 million credits right now, which I've given myself for purposes of a demo. So money is not no big thing for me. Oh look, I just got a little bit of got a little badge there for purchasing this speed board. I'm going to use this speed board, and I'm going to beat Todd's time later.
And the badges, those tie into RiderNet in the same way that they did with Autolog?
Yeah, so I'll show you, we can talk a little bit about the badges, and then when I want to get into the third pillar of the game, which is Survive It. So these are all the different badges, and they're tied to achievements as well. So these are all the badges in World Tour, Explore modes, global events, which I'll get into, different ones for buying different gear. So there's hundreds and hundreds, or not hundreds, there are over 100 different badges that you can collect, and some of them are pretty painfully fun to actually go ahead and do. Like, there's one where you actually have to beat all the 9 deadly descents without the appropriate gear.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's some cool stuff there.
Can you beat, like, the ones that require gear?
I can, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it takes a while, but yeah, you can do it. You can level up your character, and you can go faster depending on, which event you're playing in.
That's actually sort of a user asks us at mshadowwolf75, tweets at IGN with the hashtag SSX, how will each of the characters' gear affect the gameplay of using that character? So the gear that you pick obviously does affect the gameplay. Is it a per character basis? I mean, does everyone have access to the same gear?
Everyone has access to the same gear, but some players are specialists. So, for example, Elise, one of the returning characters from SSX, she has +5 with one of the wingsuit attributes, so she's always going to be better at wingsuit than anyone else at the end of the day. Mac, another returning character, is a trick specialist, so he's going to get faster rotations than the other characters. But, excuse me, they're all on a relatively level playing field, and it's just about leveling up your character and buying the right gear.
Great.
So let's talk about, excuse me, the third pillar. Oh look, Todd just told me he is going to take down my score on Trickopedia, and he says, "Stay tuned." We're all dying to see him take down my score.
Yeah.
And if he does, we'll go in.
If he does, will it pop up right there telling you that he took it down?
Yep. Yeah, and
so just like Autolog.
Exactly. Yeah. let's talk about Survive It.
Yeah.
So Survive It's, like you said, about getting down the mountain alive. And there are 9 different Survive metagames, 9 different deadly descents that you can play and explore or world tour. To name a few, you know, there's Gravity, which is in Patagonia, which we're going to go check out. And it's all about, you know, flying and traversing these huge crevasses, and the only way to get across it is by, you know, using the wingsuit. You know, there's avalanches, there's darkness, there's cold, where you go into the shadows and freeze up. There's a lot of different fun survival elements. And of course, this is a new pillar of the franchise. So let's go to Patagonia and check out the wingsuit deadly descent. I don't know if people want to, if I can button through this or we can check it out. This is, you know, one of our region intros. It tells you a little bit about each region, you know, something for World Tour. Talks about Patagonia. It's one of our steepest ranges as well. Excuse me.
So does each character get their own intro?
Yep. Yep. And you unlock characters through World Tour, or you can go to Explore and just, you know, play a couple runs and unlock them with credits that you earn.
Cool. User @ScreamMike asked, what's the level up limit on the characters?
For ship, it will be level 10, and then after that, we'll see what happens.
Cool. Remember, guys, just keep those questions coming. If you have questions for Connor, be sure to tweet @IGN with the hashtag SSX and your question. If your question is chosen on the air, we will send you a copy of the game for the console of your choice. We still have 5 more of those to go.
Oh, as you can see,
Keep the questions coming, guys.
Todd just sent me a message that says check out the leaderboard on Trickopedia, so
He has take it down?
he must have taken it
Oh, Isaac
down.
beat your score too.
Oh, these people.
1 second ago.
These people. Anyway, we're not
love.
paying attention to that right now. We're talking about Survive It, and we're going to go into Patagonia, Deadly Descent, Fitzroy. When you check it out, it's pretty cool. You know, this is about, you know, traversing these huge crevasses, but you can also use the wingsuit, and if we have some time later, in race events and trick events. And Patagonia, the region's all built. The mountains are all built, you know, for racing and tricking with the wingsuit, which ends up being a lot of fun as well.
I haven't seen the wingsuit yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right.
And that's new for this SSX.
This is new for any game,
Yeah.
I think. I'm making bold statements without actually.
Wingsuits.
I think Battlefield had a wingsuit.
Did it?
I actually have no idea.
I've never even.
I'm just making that up.
I've never
it out
even
there.
heard
I
of
named an
that
EA game at least. I just.
Yeah. So here we are. So yeah, I can deploy my wingsuit by holding the RB button. As you can see, once it's deployed, I have a little meter to the right of the character. And that's basically a lift meter. Uh-oh, I'm going to fall into the crevasse. So I'm just going to rewind. I only have 2 remaining. Uh-oh. Okay, so I have a lift meter, and if my lift meter decays and empties, I'm just going to drop. So what's cool about that is, you know, as you level up your character, you can buy better wingsuits with more lift, higher top speeds.
Twitter user @MrMach7 is asking, is the wingsuit only available on certain tracks, or is it a universal feature?
It is a universal feature. When we play in global events, some of the global events, which I'll get to later. I'll talk about what global events actually are. They're restricted, just, you know, sort of for fair play reasons. But in Explore mode, it is a free-for-all. Cool. Oh, you can see somebody placed a geotag up there. I'm going to ignore that because I used all my rewinds because I wasn't concentrating. I'm going to try to survive this deadly descent.
And so, in addition to wingsuits, there are things like ice picks and headlamps and other things you can use.
Yep. Ice axes, headlamps, solar-powered thermal suits to stay warm in the freezing temperatures of Antarctica. There's armor that protects you from, you know, smashing into trees and some of our other deadly descents, trees or rocks. You know, a lot of the avoidance-heavy deadly descents. Yeah, so
temperature matters?
Yeah, in one of our deadly descents, it's all about avoiding the shadows, or else you freeze up. Because, actually, in real life, we read somewhere in early days that if you go into the shadow, the temperature actually drops to like -40 degrees centigrade, which is, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit height. That's very cold.
Super cold.
In less than a second.
I can do that math in my head. No, wait, no, I can't.
Someone from Canada could probably know.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so that's an example of one of our deadly descents, one of our survive it drops. You know, there are 9 different meta games, and maybe we've got some time we can check out some more later.
You just finished a race. One of our viewers had a question kind of relating to that. Let's find it quickly. At the Dubinator asks.
The Dubinator?
The Dubinator.
That guy's cool.
Yep, and it's spelled creatively, as only Twitter names can be.
Yep.
He asks, or she asks, does SSX have any sort of theater mode for instant replays?
No, we don't actually have that for this SSX.
This SSX?
No.
All right.
No.
Well, that was an awesome run, but we can't watch it again.
Yes.
So the Dubinator, thank you for your question. Remember, if your question is read on air, you win a copy of the game for the console of your choice, including a t-shirt. We still have a couple more copies of that to give away. Be sure to check your direct messages on Twitter after the end of this stream.
So as you can see, 8 minutes ago, Todd said, I'm going to take down that score on Trickopedia. Stay tuned. 5 minutes ago, he actually did that. So yeah, he just beat me. And there goes the constant competition against your friends in Explore mode. And that's really what it's all about. It's, you know, if we have some time, we can just stop talking about anything else and we can just, I can just try to beat his score, which I might just go and do. And that's what Explore mode's about. Constant competition against all your friends. RiderNet's your guide. It keeps you, you know, it's pretty cool. So I can just, you know, hit the A button and I can go to that drop and go try and beat him again. And it's asynchronous, but if you want to play online against people in real time, that's where global events comes in.
Okay.
Yeah, so global events are live, ongoing tournaments at every single drop point in the SSX universe. Now these are timed events. Right now there's 2 people in this one in Siberia. These are timed events, so they can last from 30 minutes, an hour, a day, a week. And all you have to do is jump in, post a score, and then you're part of that, part of the leaderboard. And then as soon as that event's over, you get the payout for that leaderboard. You obviously get more payout if you finish higher. But what's really cool about global events is we can actually support over 100,000 people playing in one global event at the same time.
For 100,000?
Yeah. Well, I think it is just 100,000. It may. I'm
Just
not sure if it's
100,001 person jumps in.
Yeah.
Is that even correct English? 100,001? 101st?
Yeah, 100,001st. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, and that's online. So asynchronous competition against your friend with Explore mode, and then you know playing against real people, real time. I can play in multiple global events at the same time, jump in and jump out, kind of like running 3 or 4 poker tables at the same time if you play online poker.
Yeah, we got to see this earlier. You can see, in addition to like the ghost data, you also get to see people who are doing it in real time, whether they started before or after you. You're all just kind of
and you phase in and phase out, and you know if your friends are around, we favor them. And if you get into an event, you know, with a large amount of people, it becomes a really, really cool experience just to see all these people phasing out and trying to break their records. One thing I should also mention, which I just about forgot, is global events are open to everybody, but we also have custom global events.
Okay.
So I can go to any drop and actually create a custom event. So I can create an event, I can set my own rules, whether it's a race event, trick event, how long it's gonna be, what the drop cost is gonna be. If I can leave it open to my friends only, so if I just wanna play with my friends, I can do that. Or friends of friends, or everyone. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool feature, and it's very easy just to create an event once it's there.
It's like Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, it is actually.
Your privacy settings.
Yeah.
Actually, user at the getup K1D asks, can you build custom maps?
No, sir. But
no custom maps,
but
you can customize the races.
Yeah, I mean, there's 153 different maps, so it's pretty much we're gonna have what you want to build anyways.
a lot of mountains.
Yeah. A lot of mountains, gents.
Is SSX set up for potential DLC in the future? If everybody kind of comes in here and just blasts all these tracks away?
Yes, SSX is set up for DLC. We actually have some cool DLC coming at some point.
Okay.
In the future. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Do you want to see a race, or do you want me to take down Todd's score?
Take down Todd.
Yeah.
Sorry, Todd, we lost you on the phone. But
Yeah.
It's time to take down.
Screw Todd. There it is. There's that recommendation.
It's so much easier to insult someone when they can't jump right back at you.
Exactly. The thing about Todd too is that I actually taught him everything he knows about how to play the game. He's more of I would call myself more of an innovator in terms of how I play the game, finding new paths, different ways to game the system and become an elite player, and then he copies those strategies. So he's more of a perfecter, whereas I'm an innovator. So he takes my ideas.
So he's like the Daniel to your Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, I guess. I guess. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we'll see if I can take down a score. Yeah, if you have more questions, let's fire away.
That's great. Let's see, giving away 8 copies of the game, so
really?
two more copies to give away. At Bruza asks, is there an option to ride a peak alone, no AI or ghost borders? You want a mount?
Like a free ride type of mode? No, there isn't. But you can always just set up a custom global event if you wanted to, and just play by yourself. So you could do that if you wanted to, just to learn the course.
Well, there you go, at Bruza. In order to play by yourself, you guys set up your own custom global.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't mention, you can see at the bottom of the screen is my multiplier. So the key for everyone to get high trick scores is to get that multiplier up. And the way to build your multiplier up is to do, tricks in succession without bailing and without slowing down. It's all about maintaining your flow.
Yep.
You maintain your flow, build up your multiplier all the way to times 20, and then all of your scores are, of course, multiplied by times 20, and that's how you get the big scores. Also, each character has their own sig trick. There's this Max sig trick inspired by his actual old sig trick from the old SSX, which is walking the dog. So we took that, looked at the animation, and then modernized it. So good little thing for all the true SSX fans. Should also talk a little bit about controls too, while we're here.
Yeah, I was about to ask, similar to the old game.
There's two types of controls. There's two types of controls, 2 live control schemes going on at the same time. So I can play with, sticks or buttons at the same time. And then also for the old school fan, we also have classic controls where you can use the old SSX classic controls if you want to.
Which do you prefer?
I don't want to say it. I don't want to skew.
However you want to play.
Ourselves. I actually prefer. What do I prefer? I prefer sticks.
Yeah.
By far, actually. But I don't know why. I think it's just because, that's the one I just generally like to play with sticks as a gamer. They're both good. You can do all the same things that you can do on sticks and buttons. And I didn't even come close to beating his score. I was talking.
There you go. All that smack talking, you lose.
Yeah.
What do you mean
It's hard to talk and take down scores at the same time.
So if you're just tuning in, we're here with Connor Dugan, the producer of SSX. We're taking questions. If you have any questions for us, please tweet them at IGN with the hashtag SSX. We've already given away 9 copies of the game. We have 1 more to give away before this show ends. That's the special prize. That's the prize that comes with your custom PS3. So be sure to get those questions in. We're looking through questions now. And if your question gets asked, you win that PS3.
All right, so what do you guys want to check out now?
I'd love to see another survival event.
Yeah, you were big on the survival
I do.
events.
I like those survival
That's cool.
events,
Yeah.
man. They're new. They're different.
This guy over here, actually. Oh no, King Biddy is systematically taking down all of my records. That's no fun. Actually, you know what's cool about that? Oh, I just got disconnected from Xbox Live. Hold on.
That's not cool. Oh, you're back on.
Oh,
Yeah, we're back. Let's connect to the server. Bear with me. Little technical stuff going on. What's cool about that is, you know, interestingly enough, you know, our online design is very much inspired by Need for Speed Autolog, but back in the day when I was playing, you know, Hot Pursuit, what really sucked for me is I had a friend, you know, who works on the development team. He's very good at games, like really, really good at games, and he can set scores that are so unattainable for me. It kind of ruins my gaming experience.
I've got a friend like that.
Yeah, so we put this one little feature in specifically for that reason. So as you can see, these are all my friends. Now if I just hit the X button, I can hide my friend and all of his records for a while.
To make you feel better about yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about
Self-esteem boost.
positive
compete on your level.
reinforcement. Exactly. So I can throw things out, throw people out. Okay, survive event. Let's go to Antarctica, maybe?
I loved Autolog, and I'm really excited about RiderNet. I used to play SSX with all my friends back home, and pass the controller around, but like now I can.
Now you can play on your own schedule.
Make up a copy and
and
play them all around the world.
It's actually really cool. And then with the app, you know, when you're away from SSX, you can see what your friends are doing, send them little messages. Yeah, so let's go to Antarctica. Let's play the Cold Deadly Descent.
All right, yeah.
Cold Deadly Descent is all about avoiding the shadows. Now, if you go into the shadows in Antarctica, because apparently it's cold there, you will start to take damage and freeze up. And,
That like day after tomorrow thing going on.
Yeah, exactly.
You all remember that really great movie, right?
So here's my quick little tutorial on what solar panels are all about. There's cold protection, which is one of the attributes, and then solar efficiency. And that's how quickly you'll warm back up in the sunlight if you can't read.
So this is where you're racing from the shadows?
Yes, yeah. And then if you buy better gear, those are the two stats that are gonna level up.
Cool.
So I need to equip my Moby's Mega Solar Panel. And I will do that now. I'm gonna jump into game.
Is Moby the solar panel expert?
He's the cold specialist.
Cold specialist.
Or solar panel specialist. I think cold sounds
Cold specialist sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, so Antarctica, Deadly Descent, let's check it out. Actually, I should also mention in Explore mode, how you compete against your friends in survival events is if you get to the bottom of an event in Explore mode, we actually pick you up in a helicopter and take you back to the top. So you go continuously until you basically die. And, and the longer the descent is, that's how you compete against your friends in a survival event. It's kind of like endless mode. Whereas in World Tour mode, it's just get to the bottom and you move on.
Okay.
It's a ballsy way to drop in.
Yeah.
Just holding on to the bar in the helicopter.
Yeah.
There we go. I do that all the time, actually.
So here's some tutorial tips that'll come up if the first time you go into a level.
Don't freeze.
Yeah. Stay away from the shadows. So look, I'm in the shadows. I'm starting to take damage. My screen's freezing up. In the bottom right-hand pot is my core temperature. So the key to survive this one is earn as much boost as you can. So get into tricky, because when you're in tricky, you have infinite boost and you can boost through the shadows and take less damage.
Taking notes, kids?
Remember, guys, if you're watching at home, we only have a few more minutes left. We'll be taking questions for the big prize. Tweet your questions at IGN with the hashtag SSX. If we choose your question as our last question on the show, you will be winning a copy of the game, a t-shirt, and a custom PS3. Remember, this is U.S. residents only. Sorry about that again. Let's get those questions in.
Uh-oh, I gotta stay out of the shadows. I'm gonna freeze up.
Caves.
Yeah, I know.
Caves are warm.
Is this similar to the terrain that's actually on Antarctica? I don't know why I think that place is like flat.
It is.
Because I know nothing about it, I guess.
These are, some of these are taking a few liberties with Antarctica. There are some ranges there, though.
Okay. My entire knowledge of it is based on like that Kate Beckinsale movie. And
What
The
movie?
Thing.
Dude, you're just referencing.
I'm
awesome
referencing
movies
terrible
left and right.
movies about snow.
Kate
Yeah.
Beckinsale movie?
Yeah, Whiteout or something. She it's like about a murder in Antarctica. It's not the point.
That
It's a
sounds-
dumb movie.
That sounds terrible.
It was really bad. There you go.
Murder in the Coal.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously Houston. And now it starts to get even more shady, and stupidly, I'm going into a big shadowy section, and it looks like
Oh no.
I'm dead. I perished.
Okay, and then however far you get into it is how they rank you.
Yeah. So the different distances have bronze, silver, gold times, and if you get down to the bottom, you go back to the top. I beat Money Player, one of my friends, and I actually earned some cash for that.
Great.
What's interesting too, and I don't know if I mentioned it, so stop me if I already did, is when you compete against your friend's ghost, like I tried to beat Todd's ghost, I lost, so now Todd actually earns money
Interesting.
while he's away from his console. So if I set a record and one of my friends tries to beat it 20 times, he's gonna earn, I think the math is around like 40K
Wow.
worth of credits. So you're always earning and always competing.
In addition,
Even when you're away.
you get a big boost from beating him as well.
Yeah, and you get a rival bonus. So I beat him. I'm gonna earn some stuff as well. So yeah,
All right, jumping back in. Well, we have a good question for our
Okay.
last question.
All right.
This is the one that wins the PS3. User at Anahern711 asks, Connor, what's the one thing about your game that you're most excited to share? It's a personal question.
oh really? Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I like that question.
That's why they're winning a PS3.
Who was it?
Anahern711.
Okay. Anyway, I think for me. Sorry, what was the question? Rephrase the question again.
What's the one thing
What's the one
about
thing?
your game that you're most excited to share?
The one thing.
Echelon.
I think for me, because tricking is the core of the franchise, and what my personal favorite part of the game, I'm most excited about the physics engine, and what people are gonna do when this game comes out on the market, and find different ways to use the terrain to set those crazy high scores, and that's what I'm really, really excited about.
Awesome. We've got just under 10 more minutes to go. You want to show that to us?
Yeah, why don't we see one of your favorite trick events?
Okay, yeah, let's go to, Todd, he's terrible. Actually, I'm gonna go to New Zealand.
Oh, good.
No, we have not. New Zealand's got a frozen river and a cool set piece dam, which we'll check out. So I'm gonna go to Boulder.
Did that say zombies with jetpacks?
Yes, it did. It's actually a really, really hard track. We have some crazy difficult tracks as well in the game. Some easy tracks, obviously, but because we have so many different drops, we have a wide assortment of different tracks, and Zombies with Jetpack starts on this really tight little ridge, and you end up falling off, and it's a racetrack, and it's a lot of fun but sometimes a little bit frustrating. Oh, now Todd says I officially have no more records.
Oh.
You know what we should do? I'm gonna hide that guy from my friends
Yeah.
list.
We lost him on the phone, so he spent the entire time making you feel bad
Yes.
about yourself.
I might wear this orange suit, I think, because I think it looks good. Change it up.
Is Mac your favorite character?
Yeah, he is. I don't know
He's
why.
mine too.
Yeah? Yeah, he's dope.
Eddie's a close second.
Yeah?
But yeah. Art, Simon. Art, no. Kiori.
What about Elise?
Lisa's okay. I always preferred Kiori.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
because I'm a gamer nerd and it's cliche.
It really is.
I think
It
everyone
really
on
is cliche
Twitter will
because
back me up.
yes.
Kiori's great.
Yep.
Yeah, people love Kaori. I don't know.
He's just scary.
Yeah? Yeah. I just like Mac. I don't know. I won't even try to use the other characters. I know they're all really
Nice,
cool.
he was all
but-
leveled up. And
Yeah. But eventually, I can level up all the characters.
The characters all still speak in their native language.
They do, actually.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
all right, Fashion of the People.
Yes.
It's my favorite Foster the People song. I'm even more excited about the soundtrack now.
Yeah, speaking of soundtrack, are there any more artists that you can tell us about or any songs?
Oh yeah, let's go through, Skill Rex is a big one, Pretty Lights, what else do we got? I can't think, Dell, what else? I think we got some Ninja Tunes artists as well. We got some good ones. We'll go through the soundtrack and we can talk about it.
Oh, awesome, yeah, that'd be great.
So yeah, this is a cool little track. Down at the bottom is that frozen river. So once you get in it, it can be a little bit difficult to navigate. I like to stay above it, but lots of big air in New Zealand.
It's huge.
Yeah, and just over and over and over again.
Can you tell us what the Survive It track for New Zealand is?
Yeah, it's actually whiteout.
Whiteout.
So it's a visibility challenge, and the specialized gear for New Zealand is pulse goggles. So we create these cool terrain scan pulse goggles where basically it shoots out a pulse and you get to see the silhouette of the terrain. The better the pulse goggles, the longer it stays up. Because otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see in the whiteout. So here I'm coming up to the dam. Some cool opportunities for big air if I want. Right here. So we're gonna do about a 11 flip trick. I think the most flips I've ever done is 16, 15. So there's some bigger airs somewhere lurking in this game.
Game's all about
Yeah.
I really like this track.
Yeah,
I always like the
It's a
ones
couple
with just
flips.
the huge drop offs.
It makes like 1 or 2 flips seem like kind of whatever, but
Yeah, I always used to be super stoked, like back when I was playing Trick. Great flips off.
yeah. Going back and playing that game a lot because you have to.
Right.
When you're making an SSX game, this game's so much more over the top. You can do way more flips and spins and get so much bigger air, but we couldn't have gotten here without games like that. So
Yeah.
I went back to go play other snowboarding games for this generation to prepare for it, and had to then go back farther and play Trick.
Yes.
Nothing this generation.
Until now,
Until now.
until today.
Suck it, Sean White. The person, not the game. We love you, Ubisoft.
No comment.
I saw that movie, Friends with Benefits. Still talking about movies. Don't know why. And he's a dick in it, so.
What movie is that?
Is that Justin Timberlake one?
No, I'm not familiar. Explain to me the premise of it.
Him and Mila
Friends with
Kunis
Benefits.
start
With
having
Sean?
sex. That's the premise of that movie.
Oh, okay.
But also Sean
Exactly.
White is in it.
Yeah.
Sean White, who's a snowboarder, just like in SSX.
Just like in SSX. Tie it all together.
There we go. Back to the
he's
original
not.
topic.
This is why Caleb's here.
Yes, okay.
So we only have a few minutes left before we need to finish up. Do you want to run us through some of the music tracks?
Yeah, sure. Let's check them out. Let's go to music. That would be appropriate.
Awesome.
So yeah, as mentioned, you can upload your own music if you want to. That all gets remixed. You can create actually different playlists for races, race events, or trick events, or survive events. I'd love to get some like Iron Maiden in for my racing, and
And have the game remixed.
yeah. Big Pink, Camel and Crooked, DJ Shadow, Lux Pavilion, Foster the People, Herbalizer, some good up and coming, as well as
Can you pick one to play for the users at home?
which one do they want to hear? Which one do you guys want to hear?
Shout it out on Twitter.
I like this song. This is a good song to make it infamous.
All right, awesome.
It's a good,
Turn up your volume at home, kids.
yeah, it's a good one to actually ride down. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Art of Flight. Oh, you guys gotta check it out one day. It's an awesome
All right,
snowboard.
you bring that over. I'll bring over Friends with Benefits, and
we'll play some SSX.
Yeah.
After. That sounds kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this is great. Thanks so much, Connor.
Yeah, no problem.
When's the game come out?
Game comes out Feb 28th. Xbox and PS3. 3 pillars of the franchise. Building a massive world. Really great online, redefining social competition. You know, friends are at the heart of the experience, and you know, still that over-the-top SSX gameplay with race it, trick it, and survive it. Thanks a lot for having me, guys.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be picking up a copy for sure. And now with this rider net feature, I want some friend.
You could friend me up.
Send
And we could play.
Just so you can maybe go back on myself.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you can hide.
I'm looking forward to our readers just destroying us at the game.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, Connor. Thanks, Jack. And
right.
thank you, viewers at home. Tune in next time to IGN Live. And for everything SSX, remember to keep it locked to IGN.com.
It's tricky.